Welcome back to the channel, soap fans, on this absolutely beautiful and drama-filled day. Wait, are the writers seriously about to let Jason and Amy Choi completely destroy Holly Jonas right inside the Kyriakis mansion? Are we actually going to see a full-blown devastating revenge attack on Nicole Walker's precious daughter? Because let me tell you, Jason Choi is coming to Salem, and he is out for absolute blood. Welcome back to Peacock TV Spoilers, your exclusive home for all things Salem. Today we are diving into some massive, jaw-dropping drama heading our way. We have got grieving parents, cyberbullying consequences, and a legacy teen who is finally facing the music. Before we get into this massive breakdown of the Choi family's revenge plot, make sure you smash that subscribe button so you never miss a single Days of Our Lives update. Let's talk about the raw spoilers we just received, because they are incredibly heavy and game-changing. Stephen Oyoung is officially making his highly anticipated debut as Jason Choi. That's right, Sophia's father is finally stepping onto the canvas for some major, heavy-hitting television drama. Jason is absolutely drowning in grief over the tragic loss of his daughter, and he is desperately looking for someone to blame. And honestly, he doesn't have to look very far. Jason is teaming up with his fiercely grieving wife, Amy Choi, to make some massive waves in Salem. The spoilers explicitly state that Mr. and Mrs. Choi are going to attack Holly to get revenge for their daughter. Amy is going to clash with Holly Jonas yet again, and this time, Holly is sitting squarely in the hot seat. Amy completely refuses to listen to any of Holly's pathetic attempts to downplay or explain away her vicious cyberbullying. Based on the official timeline for Thursday, May Mubornth, we know this intense face-off goes down right inside the luxurious Kyriakis mansion. Picture this. Holly is sitting there, looking incredibly annoyed and defensive, glued to her phone like a typical self-absorbed teenager, while Amy is literally raging at her. Amy looks Holly dead in the eye and tells her that she does not believe a single word that comes out of her mouth. And you know what? I do not blame Amy one bit. Holly is squirming, trying to make excuses, trying to act like Sophia's tragic death was just a big misunderstanding. But Jason and Amy Choi are not having it. They are ready to launch a full-scale attack on this girl's life, her reputation, and her entire future. Let's be real for a second. I am so glad the writers are finally holding Holly Jonas accountable. For months, we have watched Holly manipulate, lie, and play the victim, and it is driving me absolutely insane. But should we really be surprised by her toxic behavior? Just look at her mother. Nicole Walker has spent the last 2 decades in Salem acting like the entire world is out to get her while she actively destroys other people's lives. Remember when Nicole stole Sammy Brady's baby and pretended it was hers? Remember all the times Nicole lied to Eric Brady and manipulated everyone around her? Holly is literally Nicole High. The apple did not fall far from the tree, you guys. Holly thought she could just cyberbully Sophia, push that poor girl over the edge, and then bat her eyelashes and get away with it. But Jason and Amy Choi are here to deliver a massive, brutal reality check. Now, the spoilers specifically use the word attack when talking about Jason and Amy's master plan for Holly. What does that actually mean in the soap opera world? I don't think the writers are going to have Jason physically assault a teenage girl. That would be way too dark and probably cross network lines. But I absolutely believe this is going to be a psychological, social, and legal warfare attack. I think Jason and Amy are going to hire the most ruthless lawyers in the state to drag Holly into criminal court They want her charged with manslaughter or whatever the legal equivalent is for bullying someone to death. I honestly believe they are going to try to rip Holly out of the comfortable Kyriakis mansion and throw her into a juvenile detention center. Imagine the absolute meltdown Holly will have if she is forced to trade her designer clothes and her smartphone for an orange jumpsuit. And then we have Tate Black. Oh my goodness, do not even get me started on Tate right now. The boy is acting like a complete, utter fool. The sneak peek photos show Tate actually comforting Holly and kissing her while Amy is raging in the same room. Are you kidding me, Tate? Your girlfriend literally tormented another girl to death. Why is Tate acting like Holly is the fragile victim here? Tate is Brady Black and Teresa Donovan's kid. He should have inherited some of Teresa's manipulative street smarts, but instead, he is acting like a blind puppy dog following Holly around. If you ask me, Tate needs to wake up and smell the coffee before he gets dragged down with her. If he keeps defending Holly's sociopathic behavior, Jason and Amy might just add Tate to their hit list. He is making himself a target by protecting a bully. Here at Peacock TV Spoilers, we've been tracking this storyline closely, and we think this is building up to a massive sweeps month climax. The casting of Stephen Oyoung is huge. He is a phenomenal actor, and putting him alongside Sheena Nielsen as Grieving, Vengeful Parents, is a stroke of genius by the casting department. We think Jason is going to use every single resource he has to ruin Holly. What if Jason starts leaking Holly's private text messages to the press? What if he orchestrates a massive public smear campaign that gets Holly expelled from school and blacklisted from every college in the country? The Chois want an eye for an eye. They lost their beautiful daughter, so they want Nicole to lose hers, maybe not to death, but to the cold, unforgiving prison system. The actor playing EJ is absolutely killing it right now in his own corporate takeover storyline, but I have to hand it to Ashley Puzimis and Sheena Nielsen for carrying this intense teen drama. The chemistry and the pure, unadulterated hatred between these two actresses in these scenes are completely off the charts. Ashley plays that annoyed, entitled teenager so perfectly that you genuinely want to scream at your television screen. When Holly sits there glued to her phone while a grieving mother is crying and yelling at her, it is just peak soap opera villain origin story material. Holly isn't just making a mistake. She is showing a fundamental lack of human empathy. She is a sociopath in training, and Jason Choi sees right through her innocent act. He knows Holly is dangerous, and he is going to make sure the rest of Salem knows it too. Think back to about 10 years ago when we had those massive teen storylines with J.J. Devereaux smashing windows or the early days of Sierra Brady's Wild Rebellion. The writers always push the legacy teens to the absolute limit before forcing them into a redemption arc. But I don't see a redemption arc for Holly anytime soon. The cyberbullying plot twist is so modern and so incredibly vicious. In the old days of Salem, teens just threw wild parties or crashed their parents' cars. Now, they are driving each other to the grave through social media comments and text messages. It is a brilliant move by the writers to modernize the drama, but it means the consequences have to be absolutely devastating. Jason Choi isn't just a grieving dad. He is the executioner of Holly's privileged, sheltered life. Let's predict what happens when the attack truly escalates later this week. If Jason and Amy manage to get a police warrant for Holly's phone or her laptop, all her dirty little secrets are going to come spilling out for the whole town to see. I bet she has even more awful things hidden on that device. And where is Maggie Kyriakis in all of this chaos? Is Maggie really going to let the Choice storm her mansion and verbally destroy Holly? Or will Maggie realize that the Chois are completely justified in their anger? I honestly hope Maggie steps aside and lets Jason and Amy tear Holly's excuses apart. Holly needs to hit rock bottom. She needs to lose Tate. She needs to lose her mansion privileges, and she needs to face a judge. This entire storyline is a massive powder keg waiting to explode, and the arrival of Jason Choi is the match that will light the fire. We are about to see a brutal war between the grieving Chois and whoever is left in Salem willing to defend Holly Jonas. It is going to be explosive. It is going to be emotional, and it is going to change the teen scene in Salem forever. So I have to ask you guys, do you think Holly Jonas deserves to go to prison for what she did to Sophia? And do you think Jason and Amy Choi are justified in their brutal revenge attack? Let me know your absolute wildest theories down in the comments below. Thank you so much for tuning in to Peacock TV Spoilers. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the juiciest Salem gossip. See you next time.